Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Bogdan Pavlovic. I worked as a business analyst, and in this video I will show you how to build Power BI report from scratch, and I will show you some basic features, some advanced features, some design techniques that you can use. And after this video I think that you will be able to create your Power BI reports. I mean, pretty decent Power BI report by your own. So stay tuned, and now let's go over to my Power BI desktop.
And here we are. First thing that we're going to do is open Power BI desktop app. Okay, once it's opened, let's select blank report. And first step in building Power BI report is to import data. For this video, we are going to use a couple of CSV files and Excel file. Let's go to get data and let's find txt CSV files, and here it is. And let's select them one by one. So usually what we should do is to select transform data so we can modify tables to clear data, set proper type of for each column. But first let's import all data and then we will start with data transformation. Okay, first table is loaded. Let's go to next one. Let's import sales 2019. Load. Same here. So these are very bad files. You see half of data, half of rows are errors. And we have, okay, oh, I have imported sales twice. So let's delete this one. Click on three dots, delete from model. Yes. And let's continue with importing. The last file was sales, store cities is the last one that we have from CSV files. Load. And I think that we have one that is Excel file, and let's choose this connector here, or we can choose it from get data drop down menu and select Excel workbook, whatever works for you. Let's select this one, Excel, and we have it here, store cost. And for Excel tables we need to select this sheet, stores construction cost, market, and you see a load, a button will become green. If you deselect it, it will be enabled. So we need to select sheet that we want to import. Let's select load. And that's it, we imported all tables we need. Now let's save this report, save as, browse this device, and let's create folder where we're going to store all our data. So let's name this store store Maximus. I just made that up. Okay, and here Maximus dashboard. Okay, save it. And you can see that name has been changed. Now next step is to clean data, to transform data, and we will do that using Power Query. And to access it, we will just need to click on transform data, and here it is. So let's start from first table, product hierarchy. So as you can see, we don't have column titles. We have column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but column titles are in first row. So this is a common case. So what we're going to do is there is an option, use first row as a header. Click here on this icon, left click, and use first row as a header. Okay, this is our first transformation step, change type. And here you have written in M language what are the changes. Okay, next step is if we get closer look to our data, we will see that here we have some values we cannot use in this format, so we will have to transform them. In this case, in this column length multiplied with depth and width, we get volume of product. But because data stored like this is useless for us, and we will have to split this. To split it to get length, depth and width. How we are going to do that is within Power Query we have split column option, and let's select it by delimiter. In our case delimiter will be X, not space but X, and here it is, length, depth and width. Okay, let's rename these columns. So this one is length, second one is depth, and third one is width. So I'm just double clicking on the column title, or you can just right click on column title and select rename. Where is it? Rename. Okay, here it is. Next thing what we're going to do, so we will repeat this step for category and subcategory column, so we can get category in one column and subcategory in another column. So let's split this. Delimiter will be these two lines. So let's select split by delimiter, custom delimiter, and two lines, and there it is. So now we have category and subcategory. Let's rename them also category, and right click second column and go to rename subcategory, and there it is. Now we have column for category and subcategory. Okay, let's see, do we need to change anything else? I think that this is it. Let's check for column types. So product ID type is text because we have letter P and then we have numbers. Product brand type text, type is type text. Length is fixed, is decimal number. I recommend to change this to fixed decimal number because fixed decimal number consumes less memory than decimal number because it has less decimals. Same for depth and width. Categories text and subcategories text. Okay, we won't change here anything. Now let's just do not click to close and apply. Click here on this arrow so you can get this drop down menu and just select apply. And by just selecting apply, we are still in Power Query. If you hit on close and apply, you will close Power Query. Now sales. Oh, okay, this table is nasty. We don't have column names. We cannot use first row as a header because we will get blank values. Okay, where are the headers? Okay, they are in third row. What we're going to do is we're going to delete first two rows, and let's select remove rows, remove top rows, and this option will remove top two rows. Okay, and now we have in the first row we have a column title, and we can then select use first row as a headers option, and there it is. So we have order ID, product ID, column 3. What is in column 3? It's almost empty, I think. Let's select drop down menu. So it contains blank NA and null values. I think we don't need this column, therefore I'm going to delete this. Right click, select remove. Store ID, order date marked as a text. No, we need to change that to date format now. Click on ABC, select date. Okay. We have dates, but we also have errors, as you can see here. Around 1% of records are errors, and those are values. If we click on error, those are NA values. We cannot transform NA values to date format. Therefore, we will right click on column title and select replace errors, and we will replace them with null value. So if we have null value, so it is basically same as blank. It will remove all NA values and it will leave a blank space. Let's select it, and now we don't have errors anymore. Order date 2. Let's apply same step, select, change it to date. Same problem here. We have NA values, replace errors, replace them with null. No errors anymore. Sales. Okay, so what we have here is 0 sales, NA, 5 sales, 1 sales. Okay, we don't need this, we just need a number. And we will apply same step as before. We will split this column by delimiter, and value will be space. So everything that comes after space, in our case that those are sales, will be moved into another column. So let's select sales, split by delimiter. Okay, space, select space, and okay, here it is. And in new column we have only sales value. We don't need this. We will remove it. Right click, remove, and sales rates. Let's rename them to sales. Sales, and change type to number, whole number. And again we have error because we cannot convert NA value to number. Let's repeat the process. Replace errors with null value. And let's go to revenue. Revenue, we need to mark it as a fixed decimal number because we have here some whole numbers and decimals. If we select whole number, we will round up those numbers. We don't want to do that, so we will select fixed decimal number. And again, we have errors because NA couldn't be convert to number. And right click on column, replace errors with null. And that's it, we don't have errors anymore. One important thing I forgot to say, so let's go step back. So on the right side in applied steps, we have applied steps pane, and here we can see all steps that we have created. And last step was replace the errors. So let's delete that one. And now we can see here this red line. This red line means that we have errors in our column. And if we replace errors like we did a minute ago with null, it will solve our problem and it will remove errors. Stock. Okay, same, should be number format. Stock whole number. Replace errors with null or blank value. And that's it. Same for price. Okay, let's speed up this a little bit. Price, change it to fixed decimal number. Replace errors with null. Promo type, normal, we don't have errors. This one is, let's say, empty. Maybe we can remove this one, but let's leave it. Promo type 2, okay, nothing special here. It is text format. Promo bin 2, promo discount, it contains NA values. NA and blank values. I think that we can delete this one because it doesn't contain any data that we're going to use. Let's do same for this one because it's empty and I doubt we can use it. If you want to go back, you can delete applied steps from applied steps pane and you will return this column. And delivery date format, same thing, apply it to date. NA, replace errors with null. Delivery date format 2, same thing, set to date. Oh, we have a lot of errors here. Let's see. So here it's not about NA values, so or maybe it is. So we have NA values here, NA, but why majority of rows is error? We couldn't parse the input provided as date value details. Okay, so what is the problem? Because so Power BI uses US date format, so here we should have months, and in Europe or in Serbia, from where I come from, we start with the day. So that's the reason we have error. Now, how to change this? Okay, let's go to step back, way back. Okay, let's remove this step. And what we're going to do is click on column type, select using local. Data type should be date and local should be Serbian. Let's see. Okay, now you see we have less errors, and those are probably NA values. Yes, NA values. So yeah, because we in Serbia use a different time format, Power BI uses US date time format, and therefore this is calculated as error. So yeah, let's just remove these errors because they are definitely NA values. And that's it for this file, I think. Order ID unique. Order ID. So this is ID column. ID column should be unique, and it shouldn't have blank values and NA values. So it's usually it's number, or it can be also in text format. But let's continue like this. We will just select apply, hit apply. We will come back later to this table. Sales 2018. Order ID. Okay, here we have order ID. So later we will probably have to connect them connect these tables using order ID, and we have order ID formatted as number, that's fine. Product ID is text, okay. Order date, sales, revenue, decimal number, decimal number stocks. You can change all that to fixed decimal number. Price is text, okay. Price should be fixed decimal number. Add a new step. We will have errors again because of NA values. Replace errors with null. I mean, null in this case is same as a NA, just Power BI shows that as an error. Promo type text, okay. Promo bin, promo 2, promo bin 2, okay. This column is empty. Count 1000 empty. One distinct empty string 1000. Okay, let's remove this one. Remove it. Again, we have delivery date format error, same as in previous table. Okay, click on data type using local, and let's select date, Serbian Latin. Oh, it seems we didn't resolve this. Okay, something else is causing this error. Let's see. Same issue. Let's go back. Let's repeat this step using local. No, we did. Let's change it back to text. Okay, text. Now change it to date. Add a new step. No. Change it to using local. Date. Serbian Lat. This is strange. Why it won't work? Because the issue is the same as we have in previous file. Okay. Let's go to beginning. Source. Promoted headers. Change type. Okay, here we have all columns, and that is delivery date format 2. Delivery date format 2. Mark that, import that as a text. I changed this type from date to text here, and let's go back to last step. Okay, we don't have errors, but it's in text format. Now let's change it to using local. Change it to time. This is very interesting error. When I first time encountered with this error, it took some time to find a way how to resolve it. And there it is. We don't have errors anymore. So if you have this case, you need to go back to first step where you have imported data. So that's first, second, or third step. Yeah, anyway, it's on the beginning. And change it to text format and go to your last step, and then change format to using local and select appropriate local. This seems fine. Order ID. Let's check order ID. So as I mentioned before, ID columns, they must have all unique values. They must not have blank values, and All values should be unique, and we shouldn't have blank values nor duplicate values. So, okay, Power Query has one really helpful feature, and let's select view. So here it is. If you don't have if you do not see this value distribution column statistic, you need to go to view and select, check these three fields: column quality, click on column, and here we will see this is column quality. It shows 100% valid, no errors, no empty strings. Column distribution, and here we will see out of 1,000 rows that are displayed here, 1,000 are unique, and that's what we need for ID column. And last part is column profile. So in column profile we have column statistics and value distribution. So out of 1,000 rows that we have listed here, we don't have errors, we don't have empty. Distincts are 1,000 distinct values, 1,000 unique values. Minimum value, this is not so important for us. Average also. Okay, so we have pretty much everything, and this can be used as a ID column. Now let's go to sales table. Okay, order ID, product ID, store ID, order date 2, no errors, sales, revenue, stock, everything seems right. Data types are good. Stock, price, promo, bin 2 we can delete because it's totally empty. You should always try to remove data as much as possible. You don't want to import a lot of data because, I mean, each character is 1 byte. So you must always track a size of your model and pay attention to size of your model, because if size of the model is huge, report will be slow, and no one likes slow reports. And even if it's a great report, if it's slow, they won't use it. Delivery date format to same error as in previous file. Let's try it with using local. Change type, text to date. Okay, same. Let's delete this tab. Let's click on the column title. So out of 1,000 rows that you can see here, 342 of them are errors. But we know that we have here more than 1,000 rows. So what is happening with other rows? This window shows only first 1,000 rows. If you want to see whole data set, each row, you need to change it here in down left corner. You have column profiling based on top 1,000 rows. Click on it and select column profiling based on the entire data set. Please subscribe. Okay, and here so now we can see whole data set, and here are the statistics for this delivery date format 2 column. So we have 47,239 rows. Out of 47,000, 28,000 are errors. So let's apply same steps as we did in 2018 file. So let's go to change type. We will have all columns, so that is delivery date format 1. Type date, let's change it to type text. Click anywhere else, enter. Go to your last step. No, I just changed the type to wrong column. Okay, this one is date, and this one should be text. Enter, go to last, and now click on type, use local, change it to date, Serbian date. Okay, and no errors detected. I hope so. Let's check it out. No errors. Okay, let's change this to 1000 rows. It will work faster. Store and cities. Okay, we don't have titles, column titles. But they are in first row. Let's select use first row as a header. We have store ID, text type, store ID, store type ID, text type, store size. We have square meters, so meters. Okay, I hope we won't use this. City ID, state abbreviation city. Okay, so this column is very helpful because from this column we can get state, state abbreviation, and city. Why this data is important? Because we can filter our results by state and city. If we leave it like this, it will be very hard for filtering. What we want to do is to split this column by state, state abbreviation, and city, and we will do this by splitting column. Split column by delimiter. Delimiter is line by delimiter. It's not comma. No, where is it? Okay, it's here. Okay. Okay, no results because I split wrong column. Remove this step and select the one that you want to split. By delimiter. Okay, it's here. And we have it. Abbreviation, state, and city. Let's rename column names. So this is state abbreviation. This is state. Just double click on them. And this is city. Okay, here we have latitude and longitude. It can be used for maps visualizations, maps charts. I avoid using that because I think they are, in majority of cases, they are useless. Whenever I use them, stakeholders ask me to remove them. Well, they are just pretty, they are just good looking, interesting, but it depends from case to case. Now, let's check everything. Okay, everything's in. Okay, store ID, empty. All values are empty. We don't need this column. Let's remove it. Okay, that's it. Next, table. Okay, we have store ID, building costs. Okay, let's change it to fixed decimal number. Add a new step. Same for this one. Other related costs, same for this one. So what this table is telling us is that each store has its own cost. We have building cost, land and development cost, and other related costs. So all these three costs are related to one store. So this is the money that we invested in one store, and we will probably need total cost for each store. So there are two ways to do this. We can do it using calculated column and DAX language, but what I recommend is to use Power Query for creating new columns because it consumes less memory, and if it's created within Power Query, you will be able to transform data. If it's created with DAX using calculate column option, it won't be visible in Power Query and you won't be able to transform data. So let's create this new total cost column using Power Query. And here on top ribbon we have add column, and we will select custom column. Custom column will be total store cost. Move this building cost plus land cost plus other cost and click on OK. There it is. Okay, change type to currency type. Okay, that's it. Let's close and apply. Don't forget to subscribe. In sales we have some errors. 356 errors. Let's see what is that. Let's click on view errors. Errors are in column price, file sales 2019. NA value. We didn't replace the NA values with null. Let's go to sales. Price, where is price? Okay. Replace errors with null. Close and apply. Okay, now we don't have error. Let's save this. One more thing that you will have to pay attention more is the size of your data model. Sometimes you will work with a large amount of data. You will have millions and millions of rows, and you will have a huge report that consumes a lot of memory, and it will be slow. There are some tricks and techniques how you can reduce model size, and I will show you now one of them. So how to check size of your model. So you have external tools tab. Maybe you don't have this tab, but in one of my videos I will show you how to install these external tools that are very helpful. So for this purpose we are going to use DAX Studio. Let's open DAX Studio, and there it is. So this is the name of our model, Maximus Dashboard. And let's check model size. Go to Advanced, View Metrics. Okay, so let's check summary here. Total size is 30 megabytes. And here if we go to tables, let's go to columns. And here we will see which size of the columns, which columns consumes more memory. And we can see that order unique column size it's more than megabyte, product ID more than a megabyte, store ID, or all ID columns are consuming more memory. So how we can reduce their data size, I will show you now. So let's go back to our report and let's go to Power Query, transform data. Okay, so in sales file we have order ID that consumes most memory. Okay, first thing that we need to do is to change format type to text to integer. Integers consume much less memory than text columns. So let's change this to integer, whole number, and we have null values and we have NA values. So we don't want that in our ID column. Replace errors with null. Okay, no more errors, but we have empty values. We cannot create relationship between columns if we have blank values, so let's just unfilter them. So go to drop down menu and deselect null values. Okay, and now we have 100% valid records, no empty ones. Okay, this is the first thing. Let's see, did it reduce model size? Let's go back and check size of this column. So total size in 1640, 1640. Let's close it and apply. And let's go back to DAX Studio. Few metrics, columns, and where is it? And there it is. You see, almost half megabyte, just one simple step. And imagine if you will have like 10 millions of IDs, which is possible. Now, let me show you another trick. You need to know your data very good, because tables are often very bad structured, and you need to know ways how you can structure them better and to clean them. So here we have product ID, which we have in every table. Product ID, okay. Product ID consists from letter P and number, 4 numbers. And or this is maybe PO, and then we have numbers. And each table has same structure. It starts with P and then we have numbers. Okay, then why do we need P? We will have same values if we remove letter P. And remember, one character is 1 byte. Okay, how we are going to do that? Very simple, with split column option. So let's start from product hierarchy. Product ID, here it is, split column. And before we apply these steps, let's check our model size. Our model size is now 29 megabytes. 29. And okay, product hierarchy table, split columns. Now we will choose non-digit to digit, so this will remove letters from numbers. And there it is. Let's remove this column because it contains only P value, we don't need this. And rename this to product ID. And let's do this in every table. Product ID, split column, non-digit to digit. I'll rename this product ID. Delete this one. Sales product ID, split, non-digit to digit. Remove this one, rename this one. And here we do not have product ID. Next thing what we want to do is to change the product ID data format. Let's change it to integer, to whole number, and let's do that in every table. Okay, and we said that we have total model size was 29 megabytes. Let's hit apply. Okay, let's go to DAX Studio, 29.04. View metrics. You see this? 12 megabytes. More than a half. This is amazing. This is really great. Imagine if you have data sets. I had data sets that was 1 gigabyte. And using this technique, I reduced it to 30 megabytes, as I remember. Okay, let's close this one. We have store ID. We can apply same steps for store ID, but you can do it. Okay, I think that's it. Next step is what we want to do is to create a model. Let's close this. Okay, so this is our model. Power BI already created the relationships for us. We don't want that. We want to know really all relationships we have, and we will know that only if we have created them. Let me show you what I did. So go to model view, manage relationships, select all, and delete them all. So in Power BI, best way is to have star schema. So star schema looks like something like this. So you have one fact table and other are the dimension tables, and they are connected to that fact table by one to many relationships, and in best case it is in a single direction from dimension table to fact table. So that's the best way to build your model, but in majority of cases we don't have that option because we have a lot of different tables, and we cannot have one fact table, and we will have multiple fact tables and multiple dimension tables. And dimension tables, these here are used for filtering or for slicers. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, we have report sales 2017, 2019, 2018. So basically these three reports are structured same. They have same columns, same data, only for different years. And what we can do is to merge them into one table, into one big table, and this will also have effect to our model size. It will also reduce model size. So let's do that. We can do this only with Power Query. And in order to combine all of them, they will need to have same structure. By same structure, I mean same columns, same column names, and same types. So let's check. Do we have it same? Order ID, number, product ID, store ID, order date 2123, revenue, stock price, promo type. Okay, I have deleted some tables. Maybe I shouldn't. Formats are good. All IDs are numbers. Okay. How we are going to combine them? There is an option in home ribbon, select merge queries, and merge queries, let's select as new. And no, I apologize, we want to append queries. So append queries will combine these files. Merge queries, I will show you that later. So we want to append queries as new. We want to have 3 or more tables. So we have sales 2019, 18, and 17. Let's select. Okay. And this will be sales fact table. Let's check. You see here we have order ID unique column that is empty, and it should be here. And the reason for this is because in 2017 file we don't have a same name as in the other columns. So let's just rename this as other columns, and let's go to our fact table that we have created, and it's done, it's gone. So this is good, and we have merged all data. Let's check. Let's check dates. Minimum. Let's check order dates. Order date 1, and let's select it from based on the entire data set. Okay, so minimum value is from 2017, maximum value is, okay, we can see that we have values, but we can resize this. We can see that we have values from each column from 2017 till 2019. Okay, and now when we have this new table, what we need to do is to disable these tables, not to delete them, but to disable them. Why we don't want to delete them? Because in case if someone adds something to these tables, add new data, we want to have that data uh, updated in our new sales fact table. So what we are going to do is right click on them and select enable load. So this will exclude tables from our model, but in case that someone changes data, they will be included in report refresh. So we will again have new updated data in our sales fact table. I think now that I have disabled them all, and let me move them just to have a better view here. Let's right click, new group, sales tables. I have new group and I will just drag and drop these tables. Okay, now let me close and apply. And now let's see our model. Okay, again we have some relationship. You can click on the relationship and delete it. So what we have here is sales fact table, store cities, store construction cost, and product hierarchy. So you want always to have dimensional tables up and fact tables below. Okay, here we have store ID. We can connect that with store ID, but okay, let's do it like this. Store ID relationship is one-to-one, direction is both. Okay, because in both tables we have unique store ID values. Here from store ID, let's see, do we have in product hierarchy store ID? No, we don't have that. In product hierarchy we have product ID and product ID, there it is with product ID. Okay, and relationship is many to one, cross filter direction is single, relationship is active. Save. Okay, in here we have store ID. What we have here, state store ID. Do I have somewhere store ID? Okay, I have in fact table store ID. So let's drag this over here, store ID, one to many, single direction. Okay, save. And now this looks like more on snowflake schema because we have one dimension table that is connected to another dimension table, and now we cannot connect this store ID with this because we will create ambiguity, or yeah, it will be inactive if we try to activate it. Manage relationships, so it's inactive. Edit, make this relationship active, save, and we get error message. There is ambiguous paths between. Okay, so we cannot have a relationship between these two tables because we already have it here. Let's delete this one. And what we're going to do here is we are going to merge these two tables into one table. Why this is beneficial for us? Because we will again reduce model size, we will reduce number of tables, and it will be much easier to work with less amount of tables. So let's go back to transform data and stores construction costs. So what we need from this table? From this table, okay, we have some costs. Let's what we need from this table. Maybe we will need total store cost to see how much money we have invested in store. And here we have other dimension table that contains store ID. And let's select merge queries. Merge query, it is similar to join in SQL. So what we're going to do is we will select store ID as a primary key, and as a secondary key we need store ID from store's construction cost, and we can see that selection matches, join kind is left all outer, so everything from left, matching everything from left table, leave and add records that are matching from second table. Click on OK, and what we have here, so we have table value. This doesn't mean much to us, and if we click below we can see which values are in this table. So what we're going to do is click on this icon, deselect all columns, and what we decided to leave is total store cost. So we will import just total store cost, and here it is. And now what we can do is like we did before, is to disable this table from load. Okay, and let's hit close and apply. Let's check now our model size. Let's go to DAX Studio, view metrics, summary, 10 megabytes. Okay, it's not much, but we are reducing model size. Let's go to model view. Okay, and this is our final model. So out of 6 tables we had, now we have only 3 tables. That's great. And let's save this. And now we have everything ready. Our model is ready. Now let's start building visualization. Let's go to report view. Okay, first thing that we are going to do is to add some background, create some themes for Power BI. So if you're working in company, probably your company has color theme and that you're using specific colors. So we want to create good theme with good colors, and let's type colors palette. Okay, super fast color palettes generator. Okay, let's see, is this working? Accept all cookies. Okay, explore trending palettes. Search. Okay, let's which colors you would like to see. I don't know. I have a bad taste for this. This one looks nice. Something light. Let's use this one. Okay, so it works, just I need to click on color. Okay, let's go to Power BI and let's select view tab, and here we have some predefined themes that are not pretty, let's say, and let's select customize current theme. Okay, color 1, we don't want to be blue. Let's select color 1 should be this one. Color 1, change hex code, copy paste it. Color 2, let's select color 2, change hex code. Color 3, it's gray. Color 4, light gray. And this is color 5. Let's select apply. Okay, we have created our theme. Now what we need is a background picture. You can use, if you have from your company, some background pictures. If you don't have, now a lot of people are creating their own background images using PowerPoint or some other tools, because I mean we can import, we can change the color. Let's use it like this light gray, change transparency, but it's one color. And maybe you have seen on the YouTube, a lot of Power BI developers have now those gradient backgrounds, and let's create one of them by using PowerPoint. PowerPoint, remove this, delete it, and okay, I want to have a light gradient. Format background, gradient fill. Okay, let's change colors. More colors. Here is hex. Okay, let's select this one. Change hex code. More colors. And we have one more to change. That's this one. I don't like it. Let's remove this one. And let's change direction. Let's leave it like this. Okay. But you can, I mean, you can do anything you want. You can change the colors. I just love gray color. And let's save this. Save as. Browse. Let's find our, where is our folder? PBI store Maximus. Save as. You can save it as JPG file, PNG, or SVG. Let's do it as a SVG background image. Save it. Just this one slide. Okay, and now color, let's set to white, and let's import color we have, image we have created. Nothing special, right? And now, okay, we have set our theme, background image. Okay, and next thing is we are going to build the visualizations. But in many cases, if someone asks you to create a Power BI report, you will ask for specification, charts that person wants to see, calculations, measures, in general what they would like to see, but you won't get that in majority of cases. So they will tell you, I don't know, can you create something? And I will tell you what is good, what is not. And I mean, they just need something from where to start so they can get idea what they want to see. And I mean that's very, very hard when you are not familiar with the data. So I have one friend, I always ask her what to do, and I suppose you will do that same. So let me introduce you with my friend, and that is ChatGPT. What we are going to do is we are going to go to our sales fact table, and we'll right click on it, copy table. Now open Excel file. This is really cool trick. And now just copy paste data. Okay, it seems I didn't copy table, copy table, Excel, Control V, and there it is. So this is our table. Now let's open ChatGPT. Okay, let's start like this. You are experienced data analyst. One of your directors gave you data set to create report in Power BI, but he doesn't know which charts, metrics, calculations he wants to see. Can you propose which charts, metrics, calculations, and KPIs to build in order to impress him? This is the dataset he gave me. Now let's copy. You don't have to copy everything. Let's copy just, I don't know, 30 rows. Control and okay, and here are the results. Sales and revenue over time, great. Line chart, purpose. See, he even tells you what to put in X and in Y axis. Sales by product in bar chart. This is great. Total sales, total revenue, average order value, average delivery time, KPI sales growth. Great. Now let's go to Power BI. And here we have what we didn't delete. So we have delivery date format 1 and 2. So basically it's the same date, as you can see. And let me change just format to short date. And it's same for order date. And therefore I'm gonna to delete these two columns. And let me delete that in Power Query so I have steps if I need to. Maybe I made a mistake and I want them back. So one way how we can remove them is by choose columns. No, this is not a good table. Fact table, choose columns, and it's order date to delivery date to. We can also ask ChatGPT for that. Can you create calendar table using calendar auto DAX function and all other required columns for date table. There it is. Okay, let's combine formulas you provided into one single. And there it is. Okay, great. Copy code. New table. And paste it. So we have. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT gave us. Date. Okay, let's just set this to date. And since this is created using DAX formula, it won't be visible in Power Query. So let's clean this here. Quarter 1. So we have a letter in front of quarter. I want to have it just by 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add it here, new line, and let's name it just like this, quarter, comma, quarter from date, column, comma, and where is it? Okay, it's here. Good. And let's connect this table to our model. Where is it? Okay, it's here. And we have date. We're gonna connect the date with order date. Order date is our primary column. And delete. So now we have two relationship. One is to delivery date. This one is inactive, and this one is related to order date. This one is active, and let's mark this table as a calendar table. Let's go to table view. Let's go to 3 dots. No. Okay, there it is. Mark as a date table. Okay, mark on. Select the date column. Validated successfully. This is date column. And now, okay, let's build some visualizations. Let's build first some measures that ChatGPT told us to do. Okay. First thing I like to do is to create slicers. So in order to create slicers, so for slicers we are going to use values from dimension tables. So those are like state, store, city, and of course date. Date is most important slicer, most used slicer. So let me see what do we have. Date, but if we just drag and drop date here, and let's select here slicer. Here we're going to have dates, and we usually don't want to filter by each day. We want to filter by month, year, or quarter, and we cannot use this column. And as you can see, there is no option to summarize it, to transform it, so we won't be using this column. Instead, what we are going to do is we are going to create new date hierarchy. So let's go to year and create hierarchy. And here it is, year hierarchy. Now below year it's quarter. Quarter, add to year hierarchy. Next thing what we want to see is, let's add month's name, add to hierarchy. So we want to have year, quarter, and month, and let's rename that to date. So this is our first slicer. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, so we have, let's see it, year, quarter. Maybe instead of quarter, let's add column where we have Q1 and add date hierarchy. Let's expand this. Let's remove this. So now we have year, month name, and let's add quarter. Okay, it's here within hierarchy. And let's move it. Can we move it up? No. Okay, let's then delete months from hierarchy and add it below months. Name, add date. Now we have it here, quarter, month. Okay. Okay, here it is, and okay, we have Q1. Okay, works perfectly. Now go to slicer settings. We want to have it as a drop-down menu. Slicer header, change it to date. Let's reduce size. So first one is date. Let's check in other dimensional tables what we have. So we have category. We definitely want to filter by category and subcategory. Okay, let's change it to slicer. Select subcategory. Change visual to slicer. Select this one. Format options. Drop down. Second one drop down. So since okay, we have here a couple of categories and a lot of subcategories. What we want to do is to include search button here. As you can see, we don't have search button, so to turn on search button, click on three dots in top right corner and click on search. Same, let's do same for category, search, and now we will have, and let's select baby. Okay, there it is. Clean. Okay, let's put it here. Same size. Category. Okay, we have category. Next thing what we need, city and state. Okay, we want to filter by state. Just drag and drop to canvas and city. Now change visualization to slicer type. This one also. Enable search. Change it to drop down. So I'm using format pane for changing to drop down menu. And let me show you from beginning. So if you go here on right side, here you have this format icon. If you cannot see it here, or maybe you need to enable it. So here are the panes. If you go to view and here select it in order to enable it on the right side, and it's there. Slicer settings drop down. This one also from verticalist to drop down, and that's it, I think. And for city, let's do it like this. And since we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slicers, to have better user experience, we will add clear all slicers button. Let's go to insert, buttons, clear all slicers. And let's put it down. Let's format it a little bit. Button style, rounded corners. Let's change this to 6, maybe 7. Text clear all slicers. Let's add icon. Now let's format it a little bit so it has a border. But let's use colors we have. Maybe we took bad color scheme. I mean, let's see what we can have it here. Let's select this one. Not bad, but let me change it to this, and let's now shadow, glow, no, width. Let's set some transparency. No, doesn't look good. Let's select this one. Okay, it looks better a little bit. And for text, let's make it bold and bigger to 11 a little bit. Okay, so we have slicers. Now what I usually do is I I add shape behind these slicers. I don't have any special reason, just it looks prettier. It separates them from rest of the report. And let's select shape. Let's select this one and rotate it to 90 degrees. Like this, and let's change it to gray. No, we don't want rounded corners. And we want to reduce this over here. And let's set the transparency. Okay. Border. Let's change border to, I don't know, gray, and add shadow. Let's add a shadow. Let's see. Okay, how it works with shadow and glow. It looks better, only let's make it lighter. And let's move this to back. Let's go to view. Where is it? Selection pane. And let's move this to back. Now, okay, this is how it looks like. Not bad. And now let's select all slicers we have, and we need to set them to be same size. 70, and make them a little bit bigger. 195, and change position a little bit to left. That's it. And let's put this here. Okay. Now we have slicers, and let's just move them a little bit down. Okay, and resize this one. Okay, let's build some metrics that ChatGPT proposed. First, what we're going to do before we start building metrics is to create metrics table where we are going to store all our metrics. Now, click on enter data, and let's rename it to measures table. And now we have measures table. Let's right click on it, new measure. So okay, first measure was, as I remember, total revenue, most famous measure. Let's we already have revenue, total revenue, there it is. Now when we have measure, let's delete this column. It's blank column, and now you can see that table icon has been changed to measures table icon. You can see it, it's small calculator. Now let's create next measure. Next measure is total sales. Total sales, same, we already have sales, and let's sum sales. Okay, total orders. So for orders, next measure that we want to create is total orders, but for orders we do not have number, we have their IDs, order ID. If we sum all this, we will get huge number. Therefore, and we know that this is a unique column, so one row is one order, and therefore I mean, we can use both. In this case, we can use both DAX functions. We can use count or a distinct count. But because this is unique column, let's use a distinct count DAX formula. So right click on the measures table, new measure, and total orders, and okay, what is this? Total orders equal distinct count orders ID. Okay. Next thing is average sales per order. So we want to see number of sales in one order, or number of sold products, I think. Okay, let's do that. Right click, new measure. Okay, sales per order is equal to divide, and we have total sales. We will use total sales measure, comma, total orders. Let's see if this works. It should show whole number point something. Sales per order, or let's see, number of orders and number of sales. So we had interesting data set. Okay, so we had more orders than sales. And now we want to see average revenue per order. Revenue per order will be same divide total revenue total orders. Okay, revenue per order. So let's change the format. We will put this as a currency, $1, but okay, we do not need this amount of decimals, so let's change that to 2 decimals. Okay, and we also want to see time spent from order to delivery. How much time do we need to deliver product? So how we will calculate that? We have order date and delivery date. So it's pretty much simple. We need to subtract those two dates, and we will do that like this. If we go to table view, for this purpose we cannot use measure. We will have to use calculated column. Let's go to sales fact table, and let's select. Yes, we have where is the order date, delivery date. Click on new column, and okay, so order 2, okay, or days from order to delivery. Then we have, this is the best time intelligence function, date diff, and first we have order date, comma, delivery date, comma, we want to have it in days. We can have it in months, but we will use days. And now in this case, now we have time needed from order to delivery, days needed, and we want to have one measure. So it can be average days, but I prefer more using median days. So let's create that measure. Now let's create median days required to deliver product. Let's select new measure and days to deliver is median days from order to delivery. Enter. So these are some basic DAX function that doesn't require a lot of attributes. Days to deliver. In average, it's 2 days. Let's move this to 1 decimal number. Okay, and we have store cost. Yes. Yeah, let's create that one. Is equal to, we can use here sum total store cost. There it is. And let's add a store filter also so you can see results by each store. Let's move it this a little bit and control V, and let's click on data pane. Let's remove city, and here let's type store. It is store ID. Store, and rename it to store. Okay, and let's rename this. Okay, here you can do, let's add big letters. State subcategory. Let's do it like this. Subcategory, category, date. Fine. Okay, now let's select again all slicers and go to format and align them. Distribute vertically. Okay, this is much better. Let's just remove this one to the bottom. Okay, remove this. So our most important metric in this report is total revenue. We all want to see what is the revenue, what is the profit. Are we growing? How are we performing and stuff like that. So, and the best visualization for that is to use line chart, because we have data dimension and we have total revenue measure. So let's add it here in x-axis. Let's add our date hierarchy. Why is good to add hierarchy, not just date column or year column? Because when you're, and let's add total revenue to x-axis. So when you're using hierarchy, you enable drill down options. So you can drill down by, depending from hierarchy, you can drill down in our case to from year to quarter, and from quarter to month. So let's do that. So here we can see now revenue per year. Let's go to next level. Here we have per quarter, and here we have by month. Let's drill down entirely. So now we can see per each year, per quarters, and year. Let's go to months, and okay, now we can see it per year, per quarter, per month, but there is something that we need to change. So it starts with 2019, 2018, 2017. We want to start from lowest value, from 2017. So let's try here more options. Sort axis by year, month, and okay, we have sorted, but we need to sort it to be ascending. And now we have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, 4, 2017, and if maybe this is not very visible, and we want to change it only for 2 quarters, so we will have a better overview. And let's rename this sheet, double click to overview. So now what I usually do is to put on top of report our main metrics, main KPIs that we have created. So we will do that like this: add total revenue, reduce that, total sales, total orders, sales per order, revenue per order, and days to deliver. Okay. So now when we have these values, we can filter by, let's say, by state. And if we select in Alabama revenue was 6,000, in average 2 days to deliver. These are results for Arkansas. For North Dakota, we need 3 days to deliver our products, and so you can filter everything. Filters are working. Now let's clear this selection. Okay, now what we want to do is to format this, and let's format just one. First, call out value. Okay, call out value. Okay, I chose the really lousy theme. Okay, let's change this to, let's see, 22. No, let's do it to 25. And category label, it's fine to have it. Size, do I have background? Transparency to 100%, and I will show you later why. So now let's just reduce size of it, and format painter, we have this option in other tools such as Word. It's basically pasting, formatting, and okay, let's set them in order. Reduce the size of them. Okay, total sales, sales per order. No. Okay, let's select them. Format, align, distribute horizontally, but we need to change them to same size and height, and also to same, no, maybe one step back, to same vertical. Okay, let's see. Okay, looks good. Now let me select all of them. This one, format, align, distribute horizontally. Let's add it here in the middle, and let's apply same background shape as we did for slicers, just so we can distinct these main KPIs. Insert, shapes, rectangle, and shape style, rounded corners, yes. 6 megapixels fill. Let's see if we add it to be white. Okay, what we want to do is to bring this shape back also. Is this good design or not? Okay, I mean, you can change the colors, but let's modify this shape a little bit. So we have border. Do we need a border? Let's leave this border and add 2 pixels. Okay. Now what we want to do is to select all this. You see it selected. Right click on it and group. And now it will be one visual. Okay, but now I will show you. So this is now one advanced thing. So here we have total revenue. Let's just change the title. I don't like the title. Title is Maximus Stores KPIs. Okay, why KPIs? Because here we can, at this moment we see only revenue, but there is one very good feature in Power BI. So for example, we have slicers on the left side, and when I filter out so to certain state, let's say Arizona, I don't want just to see trend of revenue. I want to see trend of total sales, trend of total orders, trend of days to deliver. I want to see per each period. Okay, but here we can see only revenue. So let's for this purpose we will create parameters. Now let's go to modeling and new parameter, fields, parameter name, parameter KPIs. Okay, and we will now just select KPIs we want to have in this line chart. We want to see days to deliver, revenue per order, sales per order, total orders, total revenue, total sales, total store cost. Okay, maybe we have too much. Let's remove sales per order and revenue per order. Maybe we don't need that one. Now let's create this, and it's here. Oh, okay, it's already added here. And now let me just resize this a little bit. And it's a slicer, so if we select it, let me add just markers and values. So to this line chart, click on format menu, select markers and data labels. And now here, instead of total revenue, let's add this parameter. And okay. So it's usually 2 days. Let me check. Will this change? Okay, yeah, it works. So if we filter out, we can see per each category how much days do we need. Okay, but we want to let's design this a little bit better. Okay. We have two slicers visualization. Let's select this is the new one. And now we have tiles. We can select total orders, total store cost, store cost. Why store cost is in wrong currency? Let's select currency, dollar. This measure doesn't work. Let's see why. best way to check your data is to create table. So if we filter by store, will it change? Yes, it will. So maybe store cost is not good value to have it in this parameter. Let's remove it. Total store cost. Okay, let's remove it from here. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 values. Now let's format the slicer. Shape, no, we want to go to layout, maximum rows 1, columns 4. So we have put everything in 4 columns. Let's remove title, shape. Okay, layout, overfloat, buttons. Let's change buttons. Fill, we don't need fill, we don't need border. Okay, padding, normal, state, default. Okay, now what we want to see is if we hover over it, we want to have fill, see like this, and let's set it more lighter. Okay, like this, and let's add accent bar to bottom. Let's change this to blue, and let's set width to 6. Great, and now let's do the same for selected. Apply settings to selected, fill off, accent bar on, bottom, and yeah, we want to fill. We want to have fill and okay, and letters. See, letters are white. Buttons, fill, text, where is text? Call out values, state on hover. It's black. Okay. Slicer settings. Call out values on selected. Yeah, we need to change it on selected to put black. And now we can see. And okay, let's remove this. And what I want to add here is one more thing I want to add. I cannot remember now. Okay, this looks good. And now let's delete the size of it. And let's apply same step as we did for slicers and for KPIs. Let's insert shape. Okay, shape style, rounded corners 7. Fill, let's see, will this work? Let's bring this shape back. Not bad, but if we move it to white, let's see with transparency how it looks. No, No, let's leave it blank. Okay, here let's move title to middle. And let's resize this. Okay, and same for the upper KPIs. And let me just add title for this page, text button, text box, and let's add it overview, and let's format this background to be blue. Text we can add it white and set size to 24. And move it here. Okay, that's it. Now we have first page. Total revenue. Okay. And maybe we should move this title here. We can do this by adding text box on top. Okay, this is first page. Now we need second page. So now we need second page. This page that we are going to create is one of the most used page by every end user, and it's their favorite page because it can be exported to Excel and it's in tabular view. So what we are going to do is we will duplicate this page so we can keep our lousy design, and let's remove everything except slicers, and let's rename it to detail view. And here what we are going to do is we are going to just to create one big Excel table. So let's add order ID, order ID. Okay. Order ID, let's now check for where is order date, delivery date, and let's change, we don't want to have sum, don't summarize, and let's change this to summarization, don't summarize. Okay. Okay, next column that we want to have is price, sales, revenue, and store ID. Maybe we can move store ID to beginning, but let's do that with store ID, state, and city. So now we will have all orders in our table. What was the price, number of sales, what was the revenue, and let's increase this. And let's add maybe days from order to delivery. Okay. Now what we can do is to rename it. Order ID, order date, that's fine. We can just rename it to capital letters, delivery date, format 1. Let's remove this. Let's remove this in total. Order date, what is this? Order date, okay. Where is delivery date? Here it is, delivery date without format. and that's it. Now let's resize this and let's increase the state a little bit, and let's change the size of city. And let's rename this. Let's remove word some, and that's it. And if your users want to export this table, they can just, let's change this to detail view. And now if I want to check all orders for baby care, I will get it in this table, filter out baby care, and now here in top right corner you click on three dots and export data, and you can export this in Excel. This is one of the favorite functions from end users, export it to Excel. So now we have a data view. Next sheet that we want to create is okay, let's create a new sheet. You don't want to have a lot of pages. Three is, I mean, it's enough, and you can have some hidden pages for drill through options. And let's duplicate this home page that we have overview page just to save design. Let's rename it to productivity. Okay. And here also delete productivity. Okay. Now for this page, we want to create hierarchy for state, city, and store. We will do that in our dimension table, store cities, and let's do it like this. Where is state? State. Right. Click on three dots, create hierarchy, state. Now we have hierarchy. Let's add city to state hierarchy, and we have store ID. Store, add it also here. And now we want to see productivity for each state, city, or store. In our case, productivity is revenue, which state or city or store produces has highest revenue. Okay, for this chart we are going to use scatter chart, and let's enlarge it. In values we are going to add our store hierarchy. Where is it? Store hierarchy. And in x-axis we are going to add total revenue, and in y-axis we will add store cost. Okay, and here we can see, so total revenue, who has highest revenue. Let's check by state. So now we are checking by state, and let's enable data markers, data labels, so we can see what we have selected. Okay, so Texas has biggest revenue, and it's one of the highest that has highest store cost. However, we can see that from here Minnesota has high store cost, but let's go back. Minnesota has high store cost but low revenue. Now let's add lines that will show us average for total revenue and for total store costs, and then we will be able to see which stores have revenue above average and which stores have cost above average cost. So let's go to format, more options, and go to reference line, add line. Line 1 will be average line for total revenue, and let's rename it. No, let's add one average line total revenue, and let's rename it to average revenue. And let's add another one that will also be average total store cost. Now this one will be total revenue and this one will be store cost, and let's rename it average store cost. Data label on. Display units, decimal places 0. Let's put decimal places to 0. Position right, color, let's add gray color, and let's do the same for second line that we have decimal places 0 and color, let's put this one. One line is still blue, line is okay. Now it's better, but we still have decimal places for average store cost. Okay, these are not decimals, this is whole value. And change the transparency to 30. And for the second one, let's apply same 30. Okay. Now we can see states that have revenue above average and cost. So in our case, in this example, the base case would be to have revenue above average and cost below average, and those are Minnesota, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Let's drill down to next level to see that by city. And let's move it up to state level, and let's add one matrix table so we can see this data in a table. And let's add state hierarchy, and now let's add total revenue and total store cost. And now you can drill down. So in Connecticut state we have city Hartford. In that city we have only one store. Let's check in Arizona. In Arizona 3 cities, and in Phoenix we have multiple stores, and we can see revenue per each store. And let's move this a little bit, reduce productivity, enlarge this, and do the same for matrix table. Matrix table also can be exported to Excel. And this is interactive report. If you click on Georgia, you will get results for Georgia. Let's drill down. Georgia has We have stores in two cities, as you can see, Atlanta and Macon and Alpharetta. Let's deselect this. So this will be our productivity table. Okay, and now we want to do is to enable to create a drill through option. So what is drill through option? For example, if we want to see all orders for Georgia, we do not agree with results, we have some doubts, and we want to check results for Georgia. I work in Georgia and I think that this revenue is lower than I think. Now, what I would need to do if we enable drill through option is I would right click on Georgia, and here we should have drill through option, and once we click to drill through option, it will take us to all orders that are related to that country. And let's create that one. Let's duplicate and let's name it drill through so you can know that it is drill through page details. Details, okay. Let's add state, city, store ID, and now let's add order date, delivery date, order ID. Just let's do not summarize. Order ID, price, revenue, sales, and days from order to delivery. Okay, let's change labels, values to okay like this, maybe more. And let's change this to table. Let's reduce size of this column. And let's increase text for headers. Okay, and we can now change style to minimal. Let's use bold header. Okay, so this will be our drill through page, and we need to emphasize this by changing page type on page information, change it to drill trip to drill through, apologize. And now we want to add here which fields are we going to use for this to access to this page. So we will need state, city, and store ID. And now we have this go back button, and let's add it here, and we will rename this to selected details, and let's change the font size to 14. No, let's make it larger, 18. And this button will be button style, text will be go back, and let's change it to here, enlarge it a little bit, and that's it. Now we need to set border, rounded corners, okay, shape, where is border icon? Okay, we have it, everything. What is it? Selected. resize this. Okay, now we have go back button, and let's make this a little bit larger. Now let's go back to productivity or to overview. Okay, in overview we don't have table, we don't have values for state, but here we are now in productivity table, and we selected Phoenix. So Phoenix is in Arizona, and now let's right click on Phoenix and let's go to drill through, and we will get all orders that we had in Phoenix. And you can filter by store, and you can check details for each order that was made in Phoenix. And let's hide this page, and now we can go back, click on this button, go back to productivity, and let's create navigation page. Not like this, delete this one. Let's duplicate home page, overview page, and let's rename it to navigation. Okay, so for navigation page, we want to have some well-designed page, fancy page for our report, and there we will have some buttons, and once that will take you to a desired page. But first let's delete everything. Okay, and it should be well designed. I will show you now one trick in PowerPoint. So we have this background. Okay, what we are going to do is we will add some shapes. Where are the shapes? Shapes. Choose strange shapes. Like this one. And let's rotate it. Put it here. And copy paste. Okay, let's select them. Select each one of them, right click, group. Now format shape, picture, insert picture. So you can find a picture on internet. There are a lot of pages with free pictures, Pixabay, I don't know, just type it depending what you need. So but because we are doing this for our Maximus store, I forgot name, and we will now import picture that reminds to a store. Now let's find that. Power BI, Maximus. This is background image. Okay, it's here. Okay, it's here, and now we just need to remove lines, no lines. I don't like it. Maybe if we change shape a little bit. Okay, that's it. And now let's Save this. Save as. Browse. Where is it? Desktop. Power BI. Store Maximus. Navigation page. Let's change it to JPEG. Save just this one. And now let's go to Power BI. Canvas background. Remove this one. Remove it. Navigation page. There it is. Okay, not bad. Now what we want to add is text box. Simos. Store. Report. Let's change the font to I don't know, maybe we should change the font. No, this one is not good. Okay, let's use this one. And okay, where is format, size and style? I want to change the color of and background transparency will be set to 0, but these letters are too light. Let's change it. Let's change them to something darker. Okay, this one is good, not bad. Maximus store report, and now let's create buttons. Insert. No, buttons. Blank button. Okay. Now we have button. Okay, size. Background. White. Okay, for this purpose, I will show you now one trick. I forgot it, but let me try it. So, I don't want to have border. Where is the border? Visual border. Button style. Okay. I don't want the icon. I don't want border. Okay, now default state will be white. Default state will be white. Text overview color will be this one. Change it to left, bold, and let's make it larger. 22 is good. And now this is the default state. On hover, I want to have it same, only I will add padding, let's say 30, let's say maybe 35, and for fill I will set transparency to 100. Okay, now let me change this one. I don't want icon, I don't want border. Okay, I want fill. Fill will be white, transparency, and I want to add line. A line, shape style, line, border, width, 6 pixels, and where is it? Rotation. Rotation set to 90. Okay, this is great. What is the size of it? Size is 91. 91, and same for this one. Okay. Now what I did, so I changed the order of the buttons. Okay, and on hover it should be totally transparent. Okay, let's on hover fill. Okay, so I changed the transparency here. So let me go back, and you see when I hover over, let me just resize this. What size is this? 404, 404, and now look at it. Okay, and let's select this and group and set. This is group 1. Okay, in this group 1, let's set action to page navigation. It will take us to overview page, button to same action, also page navigation, destination overview page. Let me check for shape, action also on page navigation, overview page. Okay, now let's select this group, Control C, Control V, and button style should be text, should be overview. Here we have detail view, text, detail view, set action, page navigation to detail view. Let's select action for the first one, detail view, okay, it's good, and now I repeat same process, select the group, copy, paste, and now we have productivity table. Let's add it, productivity, default on hover, also productivity, and page navigation productivity. Yes, it's okay. So let's click on overview. We are in overview. Let's go back, detail view. Okay, it works. When you hover, productivity detail view. Okay, we need to change this. text to productivity. Okay, default productivity. Oh, okay, it's great. It works. And this is our final report. Now let's save it. And let's check on the end. What's the size of our model? Let's go to DAX Studio, View Metrics, and Summary. Total size 2 megabytes. I mean, can you believe that? This is great. This is great, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more these great tricks. I mean, this is decent report. Maybe design wasn't the happiest, but I mean, you can combine different kind of colors, and if you are working company, I assume that your company has its own predefined colors, and just use them. So thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time with new video. Bye.